Good evening, Team Expansion, guys. Welcome. Thank you so much for jumping onto our member training call on the Sunday, every second Sunday of the month. So, guys, we've got an amazing lady that we're going to be introducing to you in the next few seconds. And, it's quite amazing how life plans out. Sometimes you're just at the right place at the right time and the right person shows up. And this is a lady that we met whilst we were on a dream trip in Bangkok and Cambodia in December. And when someone just walks in the room, you just feel this presence, and that's exactly what this lady had. So immediately you're just attracted to this incredible individual. So we have the pleasure of having her on this call with Team Expansion this evening. And let's just give a little bit about her background. She is a fashion photographer. She saw the deal, went all in, never hesitated, very open-minded. And she hit the rank of National Marketing Director in a period of 18 months. Guys, that's record fast numbers. And she's a 100K ring earner, which means she has earned 1.7 million Rand just in the last 12 months alone through this amazing concept. She's grown an international company or an international team of over 7,000 members globally. And she's also a regional training. That's an amazing company of ours as well. So from Moscow, Russia, it gives us massive privilege to introduce you to Anya Klyueva from Russia. Anya, you there?
Hello, guys.
Hey, Fred.
Hello, Andrew. Hello, Sally. So great to see you and hear you.
I know.
So, guys, thank you so much
First things
for this call.
So welcome onto our very first call. I know we spoke about this poolside while we were sitting in Cambodia, and it was like almost 40 degrees, and you left us in Cambodia and you went on yet another trip, and it was 4 back-to-back dream trips and dream breaks, and the one that you did afterwards was with your team. But Anya, before we start about talking about all the amazing trips, because everybody's in lockdown right now, we are, I think, feeling a little bit like anxious to get on to the next trip. We want you to tell us about your journey, because we had quite an interesting conversation sitting like lazing around the pool, in this beautiful hotel. And you told me that you were actually looking for World Ventures, and you found the person online. So talk us about that, and then talk.
Just repeat it.
Anya, did you hear that?
Okay, no, I got it. Yeah. So I hope that everything is okay with the connection. Yeah. And you hear me well. You can see me and hear. Okay, cool. So first of all, sharing the story of how I found the World Ventures, I'm gonna tell a few things what I was doing before and how everything happened to me. So I was working as a fashion photographer. I moved to Moscow around 8 years ago, and everything was quite okay for me. I earned around $700 per month. It wasn't the big money. And I thought that that's the nice life. That's it. But 2 years ago, something changed and something happened. We were traveling with my friends, and we were in Greece, and on the last day of our trip, it wasn't a dream trip, it was before, it was like 5 years ago or 4. So on the last day of our trip, it was we had an accident on the ATV, on the quad bike. Everyone is alive, so everything is okay. But after that accident, I had to be at home almost for a month. So I couldn't, I was almost in the situation that people are right now. I couldn't leave my house, so I couldn't work. I should find something, and I should do something that could give me money, even I will be at home. So I was working as a photographer, and I couldn't work because of this accident. And I started to think, what can I do? How can I earn money? And so on. So that was the time when I decided that I need to find something that would help me to earn money even I will be at home, and I actually wanted to travel all the time and earn while I was traveling. So almost a year after this happened to me, my Word Ventures. So Word Ventures is my second company, but I'm gonna explain what happened to me in my first network marketing company, because many people, they think that because of this is not my first company, I have a kind of success here, but it's not true. So when I joined my first network marketing company, I said to everyone that now I'm not a photographer anymore. So please don't send me messages about some shootings and so on. Now I'm a network marketer, guys. So I'm business lady. Goodbye. And now when I think about this time, it's very funny, but I started this company and I was there for 8 or 9 months. And actually, I didn't earn anything there. I had a team around 10 people, and they were ignoring me. I was calling them and saying, guys, let's make a presentation. Let's invite someone. And because I realized that this idea, the system, the network marketing could help me to travel, save income, and so on and so on. But after 8 or 9 months, I decided that, okay, it's not for me. Network marketing is not for me, and I will never, ever join something like this. And it was tough times because I almost lost all of my customers while I was in this networking company, because I said that I'm not a photographer right now. And I was trying to find new clients, and I was also searching for some projects, something else, something additional. And as you know, I think that all of the Russians, they are obsessed with Instagram. So they are always on Instagram, they posting stories, they posting everything. And I was at home and I was searching for something on Instagram, and I found a guy. Actually, not a guy, he commented a picture of one of my friends. And that guy, he was also in this network marketing company where I was before. And I was just curious, how the things going, how's he doing, and so on. So I just opened his Instagram page, and it was the time when Russian team just started, and I wasn't a part of the team. So they were kind of 15 people, and they had no idea how to be. So they made kind of a landing, a website where they put everything about dream trips, about that what's included in dream trips, that it's network marketing, so everything. I opened this website and I was like, oh my god, no, it's network marketing, so it's not for me. But I remember that it was something about traveling, and I love to travel. So I opened it one more time and started to search for information, because I didn't know that guy personally, and I decided everything on Russian. Thank God I speak English a little bit, so I was trying to find some reviews about company and so on. So I decided that I want to try. Even it was network marketing, I decided, okay, I'm gonna travel. So I sent a message to this person, to this guy, and we met. And I decided to start, but I didn't have money to start. So because I didn't have clients, I didn't have I don't know, it was the time when I almost didn't have an income. But I loved the idea. So I came back home, and I was waiting for my boyfriend, for Sasha, to show him the idea. But I was watching to the presentations before I met this guy. The name of guy is Anton. He's my upline and one of my best friends now because of club. And before I met him, I already searched everything on the internet. So I watched some presentation on YouTube in English. But Sasha, he doesn't speak English at all. So 3 years ago, he doesn't speak at all, but now he speaks a little bit, as you know. And I found a presentation which was not in Russian because there was nothing in Russian. It was in Moldavian. It's kind of similar to Russian language, so we can understand some words, something, and the idea. So I showed him this presentation in Moldavian language. It was 40 minutes long presentation, so he watched it twice and said, okay, so let's start. Why not? We're gonna travel, even if you don't want to make business or you're not gonna earn anything, it doesn't matter, we're gonna travel. That's how I started. And after, because I was very negative when I started, I was still negative about network marketing company. Not actually about network marketing, about myself and network marketing there, because I didn't believe that I could have results because I had experience before and so on, but I love the idea. And so I didn't believe that I'm gonna have 4 people not to pay my monthly fees. I didn't believe. And later, what was happening with me, 4 months later, I went on my first dream trip, and I took my mom to this dream trip, and she was quite skeptical. She didn't understand what I was doing and where I was involved to. So we went on a dream trip, and I was actually the 3rd person from Russia who was on a dream trip, and I was like very nervous if there be a hotel or if there be a host, if everything will be okay or not. After a month, when I came back from the dream trip, I hit senior rep, and then it was my first training. It was acceleration in Romania. It was only 7 or 8 months after I started, I joined, I came to the first training. So before this time we were doing something, but we have no idea what we were doing. And then it was Momentum 2 months ago in March. And after Momentum, I hit director in 2 weeks after Momentum. And 2 weeks more, I hit marketing director. And then it was like 9 or 8 months I was marketing director. I was stuck, and then it was R&D, and then it was NMD in 18 months. But it happened not because of me. It happened because when I came on a dream trip, first of all, I realized how our product works. It wasn't like only in theory, because I was comparing all the time. I was trying to understand how it works. But when I came there and I saw everything, I started to believe in product. After, when I came to the training, I started to believe in the industry. I started to believe in myself. And the second training, the Momentum in Athens, I took people from the team with me. And there was one guy who just saw the same what I saw on my first training, and something clicked, and he started to work as crazy. So 2 weeks after, when I hit director, he hit senior rep. 2 weeks when I hit marketing director, he hit director. Now he's also national marketing director. So that's like insane. Sometimes you just bring the right people with you and they just click.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you mentioned 2 things. It was the product, then the training, and then you got belief in the product and yourself to do the business. I love that. You know, we had such fun conversations with you on that dream trip, and you just added exactly what we needed to hear tonight. So thank you, Anya. I appreciate that.
So Anya, I want to ask you, you're talking about your journey and going to the trainings, you know, using the products and ranking up, you know, through the trainings that you've been to. Now, NMD in 18 months, I mean, that's quick. I mean, that's massive speed. And, you know, I want to ask you, like, how did you manage to get such momentum in such a short space of time? What did you do differently compared to everybody else that got you such good results?
So actually, it could be strange, but when we started, we weren't connect to other countries, to other leaders. So the first time when someone came to Russia was only after, I think, a year after we started business. So we had no idea about what is fast or what is slow. We were just doing, and that's it. Usually we, when we know that South Africa, they grow fast, and we start to compare ourselves to market of South Africa or to Asian market or to other market, but we had no idea. So we weren't comparing ourselves to other markets. We were just doing, and we had actually, when we started, we had no idea what we were doing. We were just doing, and that's it. And sometimes it's the main thing, because many people, they just learning, which is also great, which is needed for us. We need to understand how the system works, what we should do, but many people, they stuck in this and they never do anything. So I think this is the first reason why it was kind of fast, but actually I have people who are faster than me. I have a girl who is IMD, and she hit IMD in 9 months. And I have some marketing directors who hit marketing directors in 3 months, in 4 months. But I'm sure that it's not about the speed, because sometimes when you do something very fast, I think that marketing director in 3 months, it's very fast. For me, if I hit marketing director in 3 months, I didn't understand anything. So sometimes when you do something fast and you don't have challenges, and after you're gonna have a small challenge, you're gonna be very upset, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, everything was so smooth, everything was so cool, but why this happening to me? And this can change everything. But when you start and you have so many challenges, you have, I don't know, you have so many rejections, you have so many people who are saying maybe negative things or saying no to you. So you become stronger. And after, when you're gonna have maybe not this small challenge or something big, you're gonna understand that that's nothing. So I did this, and I can stand this also. So so the first reason that we had no idea what is fast or what is slow. And also I think it's about the people, because it's impossible to, when you're alone, to build a big team. It's just impossible. It's when you find the right people, you're gonna start to grow faster. That's it. But it depends on when you're gonna find the right people. Not like if I'm gonna find the right people. You're gonna find it, but it depends when you're gonna find it. And I was doing, after my first training, when I took the decision that I'm gonna do business, not do something around the business, I started to make around 8, 12 presentation per day, every day. So I wasn't taking pictures anymore. So I decided that now I'm all in, and I started to make presentations all the time, because I was searching for the right people. And when someone from the team, when Oleg came with me also to the event, and he took the decision, he started to do the same.
So maybe then being ignorance on fire is the better thing, because when we start thinking we know too much, we kind of get paralyzed, and it kind of stops our momentum. So
yes,
maybe it was a better decision at the end.
Yes, it could be a problem when we know too many things. We start to think all the time and do nothing.
Absolutely.
So now, Anya, I remember we had this conversation when we were on the dream trip, and you just mentioned it now, that when you were in your blitz period, you were doing 10 to 12 Zooms a day. Now, you weren't doing the presentation, all of them. You were jumping on the different Zooms, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. Is, you know, everybody's in lockdown, so everybody's gone on to this online presentation. And I want you to talk to us about, how did you, number one, get new people to do their own webinars. So if you were putting people in, did you do the presentation yourself, or did you make them do it straight away and then you just closed for them or gave a testimonial for them? What is your duplication system?
So actually it depends on the person, because when I started, I didn't want to make presentations with my upline. We made only one presentation and it was kind of 2.5 hours presentation, because we both just started and we just said everything that we know. So I was the kind of person that wanted to do everything by myself. But sometimes you have people who want to, they don't want to start right now and do presentation. And first of all, when someone joins, I have a conversation with this person, because after you speak with someone, you realize how this guy or this girl will be working. If it's someone red, they say like, I will do everything by myself, goodbye, and I don't need you to close, and so on and so on. So they need to make their own mistakes, usually, but not in all the cases. So if someone is not ready to present by themselves, first of all, now we have online travel parties that we do 3 or 4 times per day, because of everyone is locked down in Russia. So and I ask my partners to invite their friends, their relatives, and so on to these online presentations. And after the presentation is over, they are calling their friends, asking if they like the idea and if they have any questions. So I jump on the call and close.
Okay.
That's how we do right now.
Okay. I want to talk about our current situation right now, Anya. You know, with the worldwide quarantine, you know, also most countries are under lockdown, and we're busy chatting on WhatsApp. And you told me that it's just started now in Russia as well. So we've had to switch gears very, very fast. We've had to basically change our whole business model overnight to adapt for the new way of doing business, confined to our homes right now. So we know what we're doing, building online. What is your strategy in Russia right now with your team over the next 3-week period?
Yeah, so the first thing is for sure to enroll new members. That's why we are making online presentations every day, like 3 or 4 presentations from different leaders, and people invite there. This is the number one thing, but also it's very important to have Zoom calls with people who are already partners, because many of them, they are watching the news or reading something and they became confused, frustrated, and so on. So we have different Zoom calls with our leaders also. A few days ago, we had a Zoom call with Georgiou, who has an incredible story about the crisis in Greece a few years ago. Yeah. So we try to help partners to understand that it's not like the end of everything, so you can live with it, and it's about the perception. And we're doing Zoom calls for partners every 2 days. And also one of the main things that I didn't mention before, but it was, I think, for me also and for many partners in Russia, the thing why we were in business even when we didn't earn money. So when I started, I earned my first money only 3 months after when I started. But I was a part of community. So we had travel parties, we had picnics, we had something where we communicate with each other, and I loved people. And that was number one reason why I stayed in business, even I didn't have income. Now, for sure, it's impossible to meet each other, to go to the cinema and so on. So what we're doing right now, and we're gonna have a call after we finish with the leaders. So we're gonna try to take our community and put it online also. Okay. So we're gonna have English online. because we had English branches every Saturday in Moscow, in St. Petersburg, and in many cities where we have partners, because many Russians, they don't speak English at all.
Okay.
So yeah, and they want to learn, but they don't have like community which could help them to do it. So now we're going to make it online. Also, we have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday online kind of fitness in the morning. At 8 in the morning, we have it not in Zoom call. We have also Instagram for the team, and we are doing there live. So it's also helping people to understand that they are not alone. Also, we want to make kind of parties, kind of singing online, so many things, because for sure we need to enroll new people. For sure we need to make online presentations, online travel parties, but it's very important now when people are many of them, they are alone at their homes, and they have no access to other people, and they want to communicate. They also want to develop something. That's why it's very important to have this community, even in online. How we said, it's like quarantine community.
I love
absolutely.
that.
Yeah. And how have you found the people? Are they engaging to sign up on online in Russia, or they're more like the one-on-one kind of interaction? What do they prefer, or does it not make a difference?
Sorry, didn't get the question. So
with your online, how are you finding the engagement with your prospects? You know, because we're all shifting onto online very quickly, but you also get great success doing the one-on-one. So now you're taking them from the one-on-one, transitioning onto the online platform where you want to try and build trust. How have you found that relationship between the two different platforms? Is it working for you? Are you still getting as good signups online than you were one-on-ones?
So actually, when we started, because the Russia is a huge country, and it's almost impossible when you have someone who lives on the other part of Russia. For example, I live in Moscow, and we have a team in Vladivostok and Yakutsk, which is like 9 hours flight from Moscow, and it's very expensive, and it's impossible to fly to make offline presentations. So we were practicing it before. So we were doing this also one-on-one, and also studies and showing video. So actually what I think about it, that everything works if person is searching for something, and now it's the time when even someone who said no to you 2 weeks ago or a month ago, because it was like with me when I was a photographer before this accident. I was thinking that everything is stable, everything is okay, I don't need anything. But when something changed, and then the situation changed, I realized that I need to do something, because I need to live, I need to eat, I need to do something. And now it's the same. Someone who you were presenting like a month ago, 2 weeks ago, and said, you know, now they could change their mind. And what I think, that everything works for person who is searching, because I didn't have a presentation. I watched the video on YouTube from someone who I don't know. I don't remember which presentation I was watching till it was in English. And I have so many stories like this in team. And I don't think that the tools or how you do the presentations, it's the main thing for a person. The main thing for someone to join or not to join, if they have something inside, or if they have a desire to change something in their life, or maybe they just want to be a part of community, or they want to travel in future, and they will see what they need to see. Even you're gonna say like it's about, I don't know, traveling and you can earn money, and you can be a speaker, or you can learn English or something like this.
If they're open to it, they'll get it. So you answered my question. Thank you.
So I love the fact that you right now during this period, you're not only still building, but you're creating that culture, you know, of the online team community. So make sure that Stavros puts his gym tackies on and gives you all a gym training session.
Yoga class.
A yoga class. You're gonna get Stavros to give you a yoga class.
Online.
Oh, that's gonna be wonderful. And George Alagariastos will try to teach us how to skydive at home.
You'll bungee jump off the roof.
We'll send George a message and tell him that he's got to no skydiving for the next few weeks. So I want to know, you know, obviously when you become part of the World Ventures family, one of the things that we're very big on is positivity and affirmations and goal setting, not just personal goal setting, but your team goal setting. So what is your personal and your team goals for the next 12 months?
So actually, it's one of the things that I don't like to tell people my goals, but what I can tell is our team goals, because actually maybe it could help you. It's what we did, I think, yeah, and at the beginning of this week, on Monday, all of the leaders that we have in Moscow, and it was before the lockdown, they came to my house and we made a strategy for 5 years. So we put the goals for the team. We made a roadmap for every year, what we're gonna have until the end of this year, until the end of next year, and so on. And it wasn't only about how many people in the team we're gonna have. Like we put that until the, actually I don't remember, and somewhere here I have our declaration that every one of us signed up. So we put amount of people in our team for each year until 2025. Also, we put the information about how many Dream Trips locals we have in Russia, how many countries which are close to our country, because as you know, it was a USSR before, and many countries which are close to us. We also have Russian speaking people, and for sure we have so many people who we want to work with, but we need to open this country. So we also put the goals like to open this country in this year, and so on. About Dream Trips in Russia, because this is also very important to have a Dream Trips in your country, because I don't know how it works for you, but we need to make visa almost for every country in the world except South Africa, thank God, and except Asian countries. But we need to make visa for every country in Europe, for United States, for Australia, and so on and so on. And we have many people who are not able to leave the country because of their job and so on. And this is very important also to have Dream Trips in your country. And what we also put in our goals and in our strategy to when we met each other in Bangkok and then in Cambodia, so we were traveling to Bali, and after Bali we had a dream trip in Myanmar. So it was a private dream trip for our team, and we also made kind of training there. It wasn't made in the same hotel because it's not allowed right now. So we made it outside, and we understood that this works perfect for people, so they can try product, they can use their points, and they also can have some values, something about business or something about their self. So we decided to combine this also. So we also put the goals, we call it smart dream trips. So it's like a training and dream trip. Yeah, about this, we put a goal about how many IMDs we're gonna have until this year, that year, how many international trainers we have, and so on. So I think it's very important, first of all, for leaders to understand where are they going and to have a vision. And after leaders understand what are the goals, what is the strategy, it's very important to share this to the team. And we made the roadmap for these 5 years. If you want, I can send it to you, but it's in Russian, or maybe I can translate. Maybe
I've been
it
learning
will also
Russian
be in.
Since we met. Remember, I've been practicing.
She lies.
Yeah, so maybe I can send it to you too. Maybe it could be also interesting for you. So, and we put this roadmap to all our groups, chats, and so on, so people also understand where are we going and what our plans and what is our strategy.
Sure,
nice.
brilliant.
I love it. I love it that you've done 5 years, because that shows such commitment.
Such vision.
It's such vision. Well done.
Yeah.
So well done to you and the entire team. So, you know, we're super excited. We spoke about coming to Russia on a dream trip with you. And as soon as we're able to travel again, we most certainly will be visiting you and Sasha and the rest of the team very soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be so great.
I know, you know, we've been talking, and we've got a lot of team members that this question keeps coming up. So I want to ask you to see how you would deal with this. So let's say, for example, I have a downline and I have a new team that's emerged, whether it's 30 members, 100 members, it doesn't matter, in a new city, and that downline that actually started the momentum, he ends up quitting. So as the upline leader, I automatically take responsibility for that WhatsApp group, and I'll start passing and disseminating information on that group. Now, for months and months and months, I will keep posting information on the group. I'll start putting all the information. I have no response. I have no participation. In other words, that WhatsApp group has got no heartbeat whatsoever, but there are people on there. What would I have to do as the upline leader to try and revive that team or group of people to get them to start doing something? What would you do in that situation where there's just no heartbeat on that group whatsoever? How would you revive someone like that?
So I had this situation like this, I don't know how many times. So what actually I was doing and what we're doing right now today. So there are some groups in WhatsApp and where not so many people who are maybe at this time they're not to build fast, to put the fire and so on, and but they are like still watching. And what we did right now, we put all of the people who are active, who have active accounts in the system, we put them all together in one group with active members, because what we had, like when you have I don't know, team with a group with 100 people and you have only 3 people who are talking there, it's not good. Other people, they will never start doing anything. So we are mixing people, but we're putting only people who want to work, want to do something. And we also want to make and organize kind of a marathon right now with the challenges, with some tasks for people who are ready to start right now. Because when you have groups like this and they became kind of channels with information, and that's it, because after 3 months you are the only person who are sending something to this group, and that's it. Yeah. So usually I first of all I message directly every person in this group and try to understand what is the situation right now with you, because maybe something is wrong. What do you think? What do you want to do? Why you started, and so on. Just to speak to this person and to understand what is his goals, what he wants to do, and after to reorganize something. Because I tried to put new members to these groups, but it's like the worst. That was worst idea.
Okay.
Get it. It's the same. So it happens all over the world. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Anya,
we have the same problems.
I'm telling you. So you have given us such amazing nuggets. And, you know, for us, I think that you've given us 40 minutes of your time, and we are so appreciative that we've had you on the call. So we're going to close with you now. If you had to give one message out to everybody on this call right now, we've got over 250 people on the call. What is the message that National Marketing Director Anya from Moscow, Russia, wants everyone to hear on this day?
Guys, the only thing that I want to say at the end, that don't forget why you started. That's the main thing, because there would be problems, there would be some challenges, there would be something that's gonna be as you think wrong right now, or not happening as you wished. But when you realize why you started, that's gonna help you. And when I mentioned when I had 8 or 12 presentations per day, what I didn't mention that no one signed up. It was kind of for 2 months, almost. I was making so many presentations, and I was almost like broken, because I came to the presentation in the morning. I had so many online and offline presentations. Sometimes people didn't show up. Sometimes they just, I don't know, said some negative things. And when I came back home and I realized that no one signed up, I was upset for sure, because also I'm a woman and I'm very emotional, and I was kind of crying that nothing's happening. But I realized that I started because I wanted different life for me. I wanted different life for my parents, for my children, for my relatives, because I didn't have money when I started. I couldn't help my parents. I never had an opportunity to help my parents. When I was like 27, 26 years old, sometimes my grandmother sent me money, and that's like what breaks your heart. And I realized that if I quit today because something is not happening right now, I won't ever I forgot the word in English. Forgive, yes. So I will never forgive myself because of this. And this is the very, very important thing. Just write somewhere why you're doing this. It's not only because of money. It's something deeper, something that helps you to wake up in the morning, take your phone, make a phone call, or invite someone to the online presentation. And when just imagine what's going to happen when this thing, because you are started, sometimes it could be something that you want, that you don't want to have in your life anymore, or sometimes it could be something that you want to have in your life. So when it's happened, what you're going to feel. And believe me, everything you have right now, and all the no's, all the rejections, all the things that you're hearing from other people, it's worth. So the only one thing that I want to say, just never forget why you started. Because this thing, this company, this idea, these people, this incredible opportunity is what can help you to achieve everything you want in your life, not only in a financial way, in all the spheres of your life.
Absolutely, the whole ecosystem.
Anya, we appreciate you. We cannot wait to spend time with you and Sasha again. And thank you so much for taking time and being with on Team Expansion Sunday Night Call. And God bless you. And
thank you so much, guys.
We hope that you guys are safe that side, and it won't be too long before we'll all be traveling again.
Absolutely, Sasha.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much
for inviting me.
Absolute pleasure. We cannot wait to
hope to see you very soon somewhere in the world, maybe in Russia, in Moscow. So
absolutely.
Be safe, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
God bless.
So Team Expansion Worldwide, thank you for another Sunday evening call. You know, it's just been an absolute blessing to host these calls, and particularly now more so than ever that everybody is at home. And this is going to be the time that we need to build an ecosystem of just really getting everybody plugged in. If you are doing a training call, it doesn't matter how small it is, share your training call on the groups. You know, there will be somebody at that particular time that might just need to get onto your training call and hear what you've got to share with them. And it could just get them from going from sitting at home on their own to now taking massive action and actually thriving in 2020. So God bless everybody. Take care.
And guys, don't forget, we've got the Zoom calls every single day. Take advantage, get your networks on there, invite everybody. You know, you guys have got the scripts, and let us work for you. And let's take advantage of these next 3 weeks. God bless. Take care. See you in 2 weeks' time.